AEW Dynamite was once again in an empty arena. I'm just so sick of this shit. I'm sorry, I hate reviewing. I can't watch wrestling anymore. I hate it. I'm so tired. I can't watch wrestling without a crowd. So, we started with the semifinals. Cody beat Darby Allin. This took up nearly 30 minutes into the show. It was a very good match. Both Cody and Darby are obviously very talented. It was a very entertaining matchup. They finished on Allin go up for the coffin drop. He landed it, but Cody pulled him over into a backslide and pinned him. The thing I guess you can remind that was similar to this was I remember a Triple H and Jeff Hardy match at No Mercy in 2008. Hardy hit a swanton bomb, and Triple H just rolled him up and won. That was kind of similar to what we saw here. It looked like Allin was going to win, but then Cody just gets a backslide and pins him. And I guess like people would say, well, how the coffin drop? He didn't sell it; he just rolls it. But I guess that's how they did it. It worked. We got a Scorpio Sky personality profile. He talks about Daniels and Kazarian. They have an MJF injury update. He's at his Rats mansion. He's getting boring now. I think he lost a lot of his steam. Right after he beat Cody, he was like the biggest heel in wrestling. It looked like he could challenge for the belt next. I think he's lost all his steam now. Doesn't feel that big of a deal. Wardlow beat Musa. Quick match. Nothing much here. Buddy Bunch episode aired. No one really cares. They do a whole bunch of celebrity promos. They have Kevin Smith, Lou Ferrigno, Jericho's dad, Ted Irvine, he was there. Virgil was there, and yes, Vicky Guerrero was there. I guess Vicky had a fall and go with the WWE. I've heard that. Her WWE just did not slip in half because I always thought they would treat her well. But after she left there, they didn't bring her back as much, and she wanted to go to AEW. And I think she wanted a regular job. Maybe she wants back in the business now. Next, you have the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy. It's Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta taking on Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian. I hate Jimmy Havoc. I'm not a fan of Kip Sabian that much, but I do love Penelope Ford. So anytime I get to see Penelope Ford, it's a win. Just show Penelope Ford a whole match. Don't show Jimmy Havoc. Imagine Jimmy Havoc trying to talk to Penelope Ford. Her arms are probably bigger than his, and she's not, super muscular or anything, but Jimmy Havoc is such a loser. Oh, who's a bigger win, Jimmy Havoc or Orange Cassidy? See, that's the thing. I hate to bring up Russo, but I sometimes hear Russo saying, I can take half the guys. Yeah, you probably can. Half the people who watch this can think, I can take Jimmy Havoc. Who can't take Jimmy Havoc? He looks like a 12-year-old who hasn't lifted up a dumbbell in his fucking life with those worms, those fucking little noodles of arms. Orange Cassidy, he's entertaining, but still. To show Penelope Ford a whole match, it's a plus. Penelope Ford might be the best looking chick in wrestling. She is just a smoking hot blonde, and Kip Sabian's a lucky motherfucker. There's no way else to put it. She is just gorgeous. This was a hard-hitting match. It was chaos. It was a no DQ match. There was trailers. There was a top rope splash onto a ladder. There was a pile driver spot, which looked nasty. Looked like Ford had it for his Penelope Ford. She pulled Taylor for, I think she pulled out her man, Kip, who's going to get covered by Chuck Taylor. So Penelope Ford was in the match for a while. Orange Cassidy, he ran into the ring. He hit Jimmy Havoc he prevented Jimmy Havoc from hitting Chuck Taylor through it, putting Chuck Taylor through a ladder. Penelope Ford accidentally hits a knee strike, and she accidentally hits a knee. Oh, geez, I can't talk. She accidentally hits a knee strike and a spear to Kip Sabian as she tries to hit Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy then hits a dive off the post onto Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian, taking them both out. Eventually, Chuck Taylor hit the awful waffle on Havoc on a pile of chairs for the win. I got that all confused for some reason. I apologize. They do a very good Britt Baker promo. I don't mind seeing a Britt Baker Penelope Ford feud. I don't mind. I'd like to see something like that. But good one on Baker. We'll see what they do more of her. They do. This co-starred Rebel, who was formerly of TNA. She's now one of AEW's makeup artists, and Britt Baker refers to her as Reba. She says not everyone can be a role model. People who wear glasses can't unless they're a doctor. Fat people can't be role models. That's true. People with snaggle teeth can't. Britt used a Baker of Tony Schiavone to illustrate these points, to make fun of them. So she did really well here. Sean Spears beats Baron Block. Not much of a match. No one really cares. They do the Blackout video package for Lance Archer. Brody Lee destroys Marco Stunt. It's a disgrace. Brody Lee's in the ring with Marco Stunt. I wish Marco Stunt was released. I agree with Jim Cornette on this vicious rant on Marco Stunt. I'm not a Cornette fan, and I don't mean to agree with Cornette and Russo because I'm not a fan of either guy, but I do agree with what he thinks of Marco Stunt. He's a loser. Good promo by Jon Moxley. He did very well. He's thankful for Jack Daniels, his wife, steel chairs. He said DDTs are always better on steel chairs than not. He said they didn't teach Jake Hager that at Oklahoma. He said he'll be back swearing and bleeding in front of a crowd soon, and we'll all be together soon. He said Dynamite is live next week. He's throwing some Metallica CDs in his truck and driving east. He knows he has a target on his back with Double or Nothing coming up. I guess it's in front of an empty arena, unfortunately. Moxley ended the promo by telling us to support local businesses by ordering takeout. Most importantly, not to forget to call our grandmothers, but don't go see your grandmothers, please. They announced Mox is against Kazarian, and MJF is returning for next week's show. Also, it's Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy against the Les Sex Gods, Jericho and Sammy Guevara in a street fight, so that'll be a good main event. So, semifinal match, Lance Archer against Dustin Rhodes with Brandy. Brandy's with Dustin now. I guess I don't know if she's with Cody, but this was a long matchup. Lance Archer gets the win. He beats Dustin. Brandy didn't interfere. She didn't help him when she speared Penelope Ford last week, but she was on the outside. What happens is they're fighting for a while. Lance Archer exposed the turnbuckle and rams Rhodes faced into it. Keaton Marshall comes to ringside with a towel. He threatens to throw in the towel, and Cody comes in to try and stop him. Cody asked Dustin if he wanted to throw in the towel. Dustin refused, and what happened was Lance Archer pulled Dustin to the center ring and used the EBD claw to pin him, and sets up a big main event with Lance Archer and Cody Rhodes. But that's it. That'll be your finals. I think Archers might win this, actually. The more I think of it, I don't know if they want to beat Archer. I don't think it's a good idea. They might have Cody does a lot of jobs. I think Cody's consider, at least contemplating, putting Lance Archer over him. I think he should consider it because I don't think it's a good idea to beat Lance Archer this quickly. So that's the TNT Championship. We'll see. I think that's next week. But that was a good show. I thought today was a decent week. Enjoy Dynamite. I thought it was actually a better show than NXT, to be honest. And I'll be next reviewing NXT. So if you watch this video first, if you watch NXT first, my NXT video will be uploaded very soon after this.